What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Rexsi here. Welcome back to another 1v1 ranked duel. Today is something a little different. I thought I would spice things up a little bit. I've just been kind of doing meme stuff every day. And I feel like I haven't done this in a little while, so I'll start off in the band section. I'm going to be doing a tryhard video where the entire commentary basically is going to be me explaining what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Now, in terms of bans overall, it's quite iffy to know exactly what to ban, considering that it changes each patch. So I would just look at a recent tier list if you can, like an overall tier list, because things don't change too much, and then just ban the gods that are available in that, or, you know, ones that you struggle with in particular. So there are counter matchups and stuff like that, of course. If you're looking to play a certain character, letting another one through can be, you know, like a good thing, like Fenrir versus Hebo, for example. That's like a little hidden gem of a matchup with the knockup immunity. But overall, I'm just gonna ban just hunters and stuff. Realistically, I should be banning warriors, because I think they are top of the food chain at the moment. Oops. Warriors. Preferably Hercules. And then maybe Gilga? Okay. Just make sure I'm not missing anything major. Hachi's the best ADC that's available from there. Set's good. Sir would also be quite annoying. Who would be more annoying though? Sir? Chalk? Let's go with Sir. I don't really want to play a warrior because I feel like it's going to be very slow. I can do a warrior video if you guys want to next. But for now, I'd like to play maybe a hunter or something like that. Something simple. I could also do this on a mage. I could do this on different classes and different build types if you'd like. And then, you know, the entire time is basically me explaining what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And, I forgot about Vulcan. Basically positioning why I'm rotating to certain things, because I do find after doing years and years of commentary, I'll just go somewhat basic like Apollo. So we are up against a Raw. A purple border Raw as well. I'm already thinking about what I want to do for the build. Raw can be very easy to avoid with his ultimate. It can be very hard to hit. The main thing you want to do is avoid the slow. So R2 gives us protection and it's a mez, so that if he gets too close, we could bait him forward when he's using his 2. To get away from that slow. We're gonna start with Griffin Wing. And then Golden Shard, because it's by far the best clearing item. Horrific is also nice. The only problem about Horrific we have to think about here is, although it's nice with the anti-heal, Raw has the slow immunity, or the slow cleanse on his 2 there. So gotta keep that in mind, but it's still worth going, especially early game if we get some pressure, catch him off guard. And he doesn't have something to counter this relic. Then we could catch him off guard very easily. We are gonna look at red here. We went 2 health potions and 2 multi-potions just because we're gonna focus on auto-attacking to clear. We are not a very mana-heavy character, most hunters are not, so all you have to do is just keep auto on the waves. And typically you can clear very easily. A lot of people do like to wait around corners and stuff, but typically Raw likes to start the red there. So we're gonna wait a little bit. Now, so on the top right, you see how the gold went up on his side? That means that he got the smalls. Okay, so we were invaded. I'd never expect people to invade, especially on a Raw of all things. So we did start with a point into our 3 as opposed to the 2. Having the dash is just more reliable. He just used the heal. Only problem is we're going to lose a bit of this experience. So we are going to dash because I feel like he's trying to burst it. There we go. I just waited out. We went blink. Get the slow. Unfortunately, he was able to cleanse it though. I'm not going to care about the pathing. Don't do this. Just trust me. Don't do that. Okay, you got balls, bro. He is also very fast. You gotta keep in mind Raw passive. Well, that's alright. He does have blink, so you do have to be ready for him to... Trying to bait him forward here. Oh, we didn't have enough mana for the one now! Come on. Come on. Come on. Now, if you saw what I did right there, is I pretend to back off, and he's trying to walk up to get in range to use his ultimate. That's called a double back. It's one of my favorite jukes. Now, I definitely should be playing a little more passive. I kind of just get the itch. Oh, I thought he was going from the blue. Okay, still has blink. We got to keep that in mind. He's very much going to look to blink. I can feel the animosity. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now we could ult back, which we are going to do. Now you can go one of two things here. You can go straight into your defense. We're gonna get a mana potion just so our ult lasts a little longer. We're gonna go straight to the wave, so you don't lose any experience. Tag that creep so the tower kills it, and then we get the experience afterwards, like that. Passive on this. He's got balls for going blink raw. There we go. Dash out of it as well. Passive activates. This 3's far away. There's his movement speed. Okay. It's fine. I really wish this was a bit more tame of a game. I wanted it to be like even, you know, back and forth exchanges. Going over what's what. Well, you have two options here. You can go straight into your defense, or you can go into lifesteal. Some people skip lifesteal altogether. It's all preference. I prefer to go into the Azzy. It lets me compete with his sustain. Wait for his 2. Unfortunately, he ulted very fast there. Or very late. Okay. Yeah, I screwed myself with that one, I'm not gonna lie. Tried to mez him during it too. And screwed myself, but that's fine. There we go. Match is a little more even. Perfect. All a part of my plan, totally. Goodness, you got a lot of pressure, didn't you, my friend? He's gonna toss his heal onto those. Try and get the last hits that we can. So either going to mids or looking to take this. Now we have our mez, which is what we should be using to secure buffs. But when he walked up, I didn't expect him to use pretty much anything, so... Always a surprise when he decided an ult like an hour late and gave me the opportunity to steal it. So it was a misplay on his part, because his ult would have very easily taken it. Very easily. But, you know, another person's misplay can turn into, you know, a good play. All depending on certain things. Like, for example, I was overthinking it there. I was confused as to why he waited to ult. But maybe that was a part of his plan. I don't think it was, but if it was, you know, hats off to him. We're gonna back into the Azzy. He's probably gonna go into regrowth, which is gonna make him very difficult to catch. Wow, this guy's got a really wacky build. We're gonna max the mez here second, because it lasts longer and gives us additional protections. Max the one first, obviously. Us having early Azzy as well as opposed to defense when he doesn't have defense is pretty big, because that's going to be a lot of DPS. As he walks close to us, we can mez. And still get hit by everything, unfortunately. I will say the man has balls for doubling down on the lifesteal healing. We're gonna dash, put him in an awkward position. Unfortunately, we are okay. We're just sustaining with our Azzy here. No kill potential though. So, you noticed what happened right there. My Mesmerize got cancelled because of this thing right here. So it might be worthwhile to not even pick this thing up. I just want the gold, bro. Not gonna. I'm going to go into a Shogun's next. I think that would be ideal. He's really not going defense. So there isn't even a point to go penetration or anything yet. Again, Shocky just really screws our positioning up. We're gonna try and bait his abilities here. Ah, I tried to wait. Well, he's still slow. We're gonna try and body block and get all the auto attacks. I will say I didn't expect the blink, but I did almost out-secure him. Okay, so just like that, we get the dual orb there, which will push down the tower, make it ineffective, and we can rotate up here. And we still have our ult, mind you. Now he has two choices. He can follow me to try and kill me, but he's gonna lose some experience here. So right now he's missing a lot of that wave. And we can ult out if need be. So he's looking to miss another wave. Like, worst comes to the worst, we ult. We have Azzy, we're gonna sustain. And with the Mez, it's a little slow. Okay, that's his ult. It should be okay. I am not okay. Alright, I overstayed my welcome a little bit there, but he did miss 2 waves. So overall, we are still in the lead. Ah, this is not the best example of video. I apologize. But I will still explain the build as we go along here. So the reason that we are going Shoguns, more specifically, is because although we're going to overcap attack speed, more than likely, we're going to build Silver Branch, which gives us more power, depending on how much more attack speed we have. We don't want to overcap it too hard, because a big problem with Apollo is that passive there. We would like to always stay at 2.5, but we want to be able to reach it with the passive. Any more attack speed than that, it's technically, like, less effective in the long run. It's not that big of a deal, but we are going to go crit, as since he does not have defense, crit would be the best bet. If you see someone not going defense. Wait around the quarter to gank him there. And this guy is bold, I'll give you that. He hasn't even sold his starting relic yet. One shard. I'm not selling mine because the only one that I'm gonna get is Thorns. And I can wait because Thorns isn't like that useful. And neither is our ult. You've noticed that we have not been using it that much. We're gonna walk forward like that. Okay. I walked forward like that to bait him forward. Nothing really on the map to get, so we are gonna back for first cheer into our boomerang.
Excellent choice.
And then hopefully we'll see what he gets as a second relic. I'm gonna clear this wave and then ult towards that red buff. But you can pretend to walk a certain way when they see you with minions, because the second that they don't... Unfortunate. Always be checking to see if they've got a new... Ah, mistimed it. Should've waited for his 2. Fortunately got hit by that as well. He's very quick. That much is obvious. Most likely not catching him, which isn't a big deal. So we have 2 choices here. Now that he's started to build defense, I'm going to wait to buy my next item. I'm gonna wait to buy my next item, like this boomerang, specifically because if he goes spectral, then I'm just gonna build in a silver branch. And skip that altogether. Let's see. It's not bought anything just yet. We're gonna check for Chester. Always be checking rotations on Chester. You can spawn here, here, and here on this map. We're more than likely just gonna get Thorns here as the second relic. The reason being is because Thorns is actually reflected. Not only will it act as peel, but it can act as an aggressive relic as well. As you can just run at someone's face. And then they just have no choice but to either not fight you or fight into the Thorns. And Thorns is reflected as magical damage, and he's building physical defense, right? So it's my Thorns damage, the more damage he does against me, and I already have protections, the more that's going to be reflected straight onto him. We're going to go Silver Branch, you're next. And then we are just gonna go straight into this Thorns. Our clear is more than good enough at this point as well. At least we had a decent match going. Big thing's obviously hitting your autos. Bladed will help also catch him when he's trying to run away. You can also build your passive by dashing into minions. We're already almost capped even without it. Always gotta be wary about that blink. Always anticipate it. A big thing with Duel is just knowing what the enemy has at their disposal, right? At all times. So he does have to go to that wave next, but he might check here first. So depending on where he is, we can 2 for protections here. And since we have crit, we are gonna absolutely obliterate this. Based on where he was on the map, even if he blinks, he's not gonna make it. I kinda wanna try and bait it. No. He didn't even check it. That is bold, amigo. He's getting close to 1, so I'm just going to 2 him. And I'm gonna dash away, build up some of that passive. We don't have any anti-heal on the build just yet. We're gonna Thorns. Just 2's down. Duke around. Oh shit. So Blink's down. He's gonna want to sit and not heal more than likely. We're gonna go straight on it. Wait for that 2 to go away, and there we go. My lack of anti-heal is definitely stupid right now. I'm mainly banking on Horrific, which I personally don't suggest. We're not gonna get that red just yet. Horrific is very good though. But there is a Horrific Exi combo, which I was debating on getting, and then he didn't go defense for so long that it made a little more sense to not even bother rushing anti-heal and just going pure power, because those crits early, like, when he has 0 defense against just crit, it's night and day. So we waited to get this red on the way back after we got the Phoenix. We're gonna go Silver Branch and then finish with the anti-heal. Oh, that was actually kind of scary. Okay. So we're gonna finish it off with a Toxic Blade, which will also give us a little more movement speed. Da boop. Yeah, Silver Branch gives us 10% pen, which isn't quite enough, but we can switch some things out on the build if we want to. Griffin Wing is an absolutely necessary late game, so switch that out for Executioner to cap that out. Or even, like, Dominance, Titan's Bane. Yeah. No Spectral is kinda screwing the guy here, as you can see. Yeah, I don't think the triple lifesteal was really the play. That was a bit of an iffy game. I hope you did enjoy regardless. Maybe you learned something. If you have any suggestions, you want to see me do this again, by all means, I don't mind at all. Hopefully we can get a little more, less of a chaotic game. That's not with very unusual things. Like, my goal was basically to have a normal build, like me against a normal build. This guy's clearly going something very niche. I mean, it works, he's got a purple border on Raw, but typically you're used to people going, for example, Chronos Pennant into the regrowth, then the anti-heal, your percentage pen, maybe your rod, go Mirrodin, another item to finish off your cooldown. But in terms of my build, what we could do differently is, let's say he built normally, instead of going Azzy to keep up with that sustain, because we're not going to out-damage him, we're not going to out-sustain Raw, we could go immediately into our Shoguns, and then into Exi, which would give us the pen that we need, and then into our Silver Branch, because around then, it'll be, you know, capping out. The only problem about that is that you have to play with no lifesteal, so it's, you know, give or take. You can always throw in a Boomerang, throw in a single crit item, Deathbringer, Kins if you need it. There's so many counter building items. I just was not expecting this. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked, leave the video a like and the channel subscribe. I'm gonna go record my next video. Have a good one, guys. Peace.